The Miami Dolphins were in big trouble even before the injury to Tua Tagovailoa on Thursday night against the Buffalo Bills. Too many times in these big games where Mike McDaniel tries to do all of these gadgety plays and running to the outside. And if these defenses have some quick players and they all fly to the football, Miami has trouble moving the ball down the field. Every single time they have an opportunity to show everybody that they've learned from their past mistakes, that they've learned from some of the failures that they've had, they come up short continuously, whether it's at home, like you saw Thursday night, or on the road. If the weather's not perfect, if the offense isn't running like a fine tuned, well oiled machine, chances are they're not going to win. Everything has to be perfect for Miami, for them to be able to be productive. That's the difference between them and a team like Buffalo. That's the difference between them and a team like even Baltimore or obviously Kansas City. Is that when things break down, Lamar can make a play. When things break down, Josh Allen can make a play. When things break down, we know Patrick Mahomes can make a play. If Tua Tagovailoa and this Miami Dolphins offense isn't on time, they're screwed. They are screwed. And one of the big stats watching that game last night was in 2023, the Miami Dolphins were 28th in the National Football League in fourth down conversions. Miami, as good as that offense is, and as good of a play caller that Mike McDaniel is, they continuously come up short when they need just a few yards. It's just not good enough. They don't play big boy football. The best teams over the years get the yards when they need them. You can talk about this Kansas City Chiefs offense all you want, the high flying going back to the beginning with Tyreek Hill. Of course, they have Travis Kelce, they have all these good receivers, and they have Patrick Mahomes. But if you look at this team, especially the last couple of years, when they need a yard, Isaiah Pacheco gets them a yard, right? If they need a couple yards, they'll run a short pass to Travis Kelce. They get it done. They play big boy football when they need to. Look back at the Tom Brady years, right? When they needed a yard, Tom Brady, QB sneak, they got it done. They handed the football off to one of a million running backs. You couldn't roster any of those guys on your fantasy team, but they got the yards when they needed them. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles a couple of years ago. They went to the Super Bowl and fell short against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, but everybody knew that the tush push was coming. And pretty much every single time they got it, right? Short yardage situations. In the trenches, they were strong. You knew what was coming, you couldn't stop it. So even though Miami lost Tua, and I think it's a horrible thing, right? But even before he went down, I mean, they were in big trouble. Too many runs to the outside, not enough bully ball between the tackles, getting manhandled at the line of scrimmage. Miami continuously comes up short. They can't play big boy football, and I don't know if it's ever going to change. They can't. This is the way they are. This is how their offense operates. But you look at some of the other big offenses in the league, they get the yards when they need to. Miami, they're just not built like that. They're going to beat mediocre teams, and they're probably going to beat the absolute crap out of them. But when they play the top tier teams, the top defenses, then they play the teams with the great linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, and you can't outspeed them, Miami's in big trouble. And that's why I don't think with this group, they just won't make it to the top of the mountain.